By the end of this video, you'll understand how to take a single mistake from the enemy jungler and turn it into a game-winning lead. Just like with every game, let's start by identifying the matchups, where there's volatility, and what our win condition is. So, obviously, top lane, GP wants to scale. I don't know exactly how this matchup goes, but Teemo's no setup. GP is like pretty slippery with his oranges and his barrels, so it's pretty hard to kill him. So I'm not really looking top lane this game. Jungle matchup is Kindred Talon. This is an even matchup, but just like most assassin matchups against squishy champions like Kindred, if Talon gets a lead, this matchup can get out of control. Then mid lane, we have Kayle versus Zed. Obviously, Kayle is a dog shit champion in the early game. Anyone who picks Kayle mid is absolutely inting their jungler. Never pick this. This is so troll. I hate when my mid laners pick like shit like Kayle, Asol. It just makes the game miserable. And then obviously bot lane. Bot lane is basically why this game is so easy, because this is, whoops, that's a big line. Like, this is, so they early blind picked Jhin Xerath, so this hard commits them to kind of a poke and kind of long range comp that wants to stay at max range and poke. And then they picked a GP, but then Kayle Talon kind of fucked their draft. They really needed like Galio Jarvan here or something to create space for these carries to DPS. But what actually happens is that none of them can DPS. But basically, my bot lane has hard engage, like hard reliable engage against a bot lane that does not want to be engaged on. So bot lane, like, obviously is where I want to path to, because it is super free down there. Obviously, with all the VOD reviews, always make sure to set the fog of war to the enemy or to the ally side, so that we're not getting free information that we wouldn't have in the game, because it's not useful to practice like that. So, obviously, starting top, pathing down. Got the Raptor Ward level 1, so we know where Talon started. We know that Talon is doing Raptors, Krugs, Red into his bot side. Obviously we'll be on the same side of the map, so I have to consider if I'm going to take the crab or if I'm going to give it based on priority. So just full clearing is normal. And then here's where Talon really trolls. This is a huge mistake by him. He just totally flips the game here. So he did 4 camps and then sprinted to meet me at my 5th camp. He's already made one mistake, which is that he cleared the wolves. He needed to do 3 camps into this, and if he had done 3 camps, he actually might have met me here and been able to kill me. But what ended up actually happening is that he meets me on Krugs, pops the wall, I just back away, my bot lane's rotating, I win the smite for the Krugs, my Nautilus flash auto Qs, and Talon's dead. And now the game's over. They're so fucked. And now, like, their bot lane is this is the most illegal positioning of a bot lane of all time. This is so disgusting by them. Like, these are fucking, like, mid-master tier players that are doing this disgusting shit. So, like, their jungler just inted. Their wave is crashed. The ally wave is here. They're not even hitting the ally wave. And they're standing here. Like, this is so disgusting. So, obviously, I'm just gonna run at them. And we're gonna kill them. We only killed Jhin. I get a free mark out of it. This was a big mistake by me. I should not have done this. I greeted for this crab because obviously, like, I really want the mark. The right way for me to play this is wait for this bot wave to crash and then wait for my Nautilus to be with me and then walk in like this. Although honestly, with Jhin TPing like this, I don't actually think I should be going for this at all. This is just too risky. But I Q into the bush, almost get one shot, super troll. And then I'm just like, fuck it, get out. Like, my Nautilus is fine, Kayle is no pressure, and now we just base. No crabs have been taken, but my weak side camps are starting to spawn, so I want to sprint to these. Oh wait, gotta fix the fog of war, there we go. So, in my mind right now, I know both crabs are up. Talon is going to be heading back to his top side to take it, and I want to start sequencing my camps. But, right here, I see that Talon has done this little bot lane skerfuffle and then run to his top side. So, like, I know he's on chickens and he'll go to his Krugs next. And I have mid prio and I have top prio, which means, I guess, I actually think it's a mistake for me to stop for this crab here, and we'll see why in a second. I should have done the crab after. But I know he's on Krugs because his path is Raptors into Krugs. So W, Q, smite the camp, auto, and I just barely can't catch him because he used this wall. But that's still like super advantageous for me. Like he is fucked now. He is so fucked. Ever since this mistake right here, he just ruined his game. So all my camps are up, but the crab is the highest priority thing for me to do. I already have 2 marks, so this puts me close to the 4 mark spike. This will be the 3rd. I'm gonna come in here, and boom, bot lane's overextended. All my camps are up. Don't care. Just gonna kill the bot lane. So come in here for a quick double kill. Help my bot crash the lane, or crash the wave. Now, you might be thinking, why am I not taking dragon here? Well, that's because my bot lane needs to reset. When all my camps are up like this, it's very time inefficient for me to take the time to solo dragon, because I'm like in the, let's say it'll take me 30 to 40 seconds to take the dragon. In that time, I could have cleared 3 camps, which is 300 gold, plus like a level of XP. So what I really want to do is just full clear my jungle, and then wait for my bot lane to be back on the map, and then take dragon with them. But Talon is like doing stupid shit topside, so I opt to, like, this is super powerful on Kindred. Vertical jungling is super OP because you get tons of marks. So I'm conceding my topside camps and just accepting that Talon is taking them, but in exchange I get his Gromp, and it's a mark. But first, obviously, I'm going to go pick up the free kill on the Jhin, then I'm going to go there. We're controlling the vision, being patient. Xerath is recalling, and now is when we have a pretty good opportunity to dragon, but obviously they're super weak, so we kill the Xerath again. I've spent the last 6 months combining everything I know about jungling into a 23-episode course, designed to teach you everything you need to know to smash your ranked goals and become a high elo jungler, covering everything from early pathing and creating a game plan to the fundamentals of playing the map in the mid and late game. So if you're ready to take control of your rank today, check out the link in the description. Right here, we're in a little bit of danger because Kael's probably walking over. Just kidding, she's standing on her wave. But the reason that it's actually okay for us to go for this play is because, if we rewind 30 seconds, we saw Talon up here for a while. It is impossible for him to be here for this play. Like, he can get here kind of soon if he's literally sprinting from top to bot, or he recalls and runs to bot, but it's basically impossible for him to get here in time to protect his bot lane. So like that's why we can, like, my Nautilus can flash in like this and it's completely safe. And obviously I still have Kindred ult, so makes it even safer. And now, kind of same situation. I'm sitting on a bunch of gold. My Nautilus needs to base. My Zeri needs to base as well. I'm not going to force the dragon. It's not like, I'm always going to prioritize my income over dragon, unless I have a very good reason not to. So obviously, I'm going to come up here, test them on grubs, because they are insanely behind. They are not allowed to get all 3 of these. They got 2, but it is what it is. Fucked up my Q over the wall, but there isn't really anything to get. This, I do think, was a mistake from me. I did kind of get my support killed here. In my mind, what I want to do is me and my support both walk to here, because if we look at the Fog of War... Oh, actually, I take it back. Talon's already there. Never mind. In my mind, for some reason, I thought Talon would be, like, here. I didn't think he would be on his wolves already, but I underestimated his tempo. So I do this. This is super troll. I shouldn't be doing this. Super risky. And it... Well, actually, I guess my Nautilus kind of killed himself here. That's not really my fault. But he ends up... He only does this because I walked through the tower, and he dies for it. So this is my mistake. This is, like, I have a 300 gold shutdown. My ADC is a shutdown. We're so far ahead in the game that there is 0 reason for me to incur the risk of this play. My entire jungle is up. I have 600 gold sitting here. There's 0 reason for me to do that. So don't do that. And still, I want to play for the dragon. And finally, I have a tempo advantage on one of my teammates who can help me take it. My bot lane kills their bot. That helps me take dragon. And then I see Talon coming in here. I know he wants to play for my bot lane, so I shadow him, find a quick kill on him. And then I make a mechanical mistake here. This was a good... I think I stand by this being a good play. I Q in, Talon dies. Now I'm so strong here. Like, my recall is very strong compared to the enemy bot lane. My recall is... Actually, I guess it's currently almost the same as Jhin, so I take that back. But I am still very strong. So I want to look for this fight, but I fuck up, and I just don't press R. This is actually a mistake that I've been seeing in my play for a while. I try to hold Kindred R too long, and I will often end up killing myself in doing so. So I should have ulted like right when the Xerath queued me. Although honestly, this play still might have gone badly. I'm not sure. But maybe if I R, I can get one more auto on the Jhin, and then Xerath is pretty easy for me to kill, even with R HP. But shit happens. We all make mistakes. So don't have any bot side camps. Also, my ADC is dead, so there's nothing for me to do bot side. So obviously, I'm going to go top side and clear. I already have 4 marks, so this crab can't even be a mark. So it's kind of a bait crab, and I'm just going to prioritize singleting my camps. Like, I could go for this crab, but the problem is, if I go for this crab, it gives Talon time to impact bot side while I'm not there, and I don't want that. I never want Talon to be allowed to interact with my bot lane without me being there as well, because they're the win condition. Like, they're the lane we're playing for. The way that we win this game is through the bot lane. So it's really important that I protect them to allow them to play aggressive. My Zeri does kind of int here. I'm pretty sure I pinged that this gank was going to happen. I don't think I repeat pinged it, though. Maybe I didn't. Did I not ping this at all? Okay. Then maybe this is just my fault. Okay, no, I did ping it. Pinged it at 11:45. She died 30 seconds later. That's... I mean, I think that's Zeri's fault. Because I did ping it a lot and tell her that the jungler is bot side. However, we, as junglers, have to take responsibility for our players dying to ganks regardless of if we tell them. So it's actually not sufficient for me to just have missing pinged this 30 seconds ago. I needed to be spam pinging my Zeri that Talon is nearby. So her death is... It's kind of in superposition between being her fault and being my fault. It's her fault because she should have known that Talon was bot side and not to play aggressive. And it's also my fault because it's my job to make sure that she doesn't do what she did. But I just finished my full clear. Jhin dies. I'm thinking maybe Talon will try to look Nautilus, but Talon ends up walking to mid. And I walk mid to protect my mid. I don't really have anything to do right now, so I'm just walking in here. I see that the Kaele's low. I know she has R, so I'm not going to commit. But I just see if I can Q under tower and bait her R, but doesn't work out, so I just base and run topside. We do want to look on GP here. This pick would be 100% impossible if my Nautilus wasn't here as early as he is, but he's able to stall the GP, and then I can pick up a kill. And this is right here is like a really good play for me, I think. So if we rewind, GP dies right as Teemo spawns. But it makes no sense for Teemo to run to this wave because it'll be dead by the time he gets here. So by me pushing this wave, I give my top laner a tempo advantage to impact the map. Because he doesn't need to be top to like catch the wave. So I stay here to push the wave. And then I continue to hit the tower because we see their bot lane, we see Kayle, and I'm pretty sure we see Talon somewhere as well. Although I'm not totally certain. My team, with their numbers advantage, goes bot side to find a pick. Kills them both, and then I stay top to get the tower. Then I cut down to mid. Get the mid tower. My top laner dies. Let's see. We played this pretty well. Up until... Actually, I guess... So... In my mind, what I want to do is just burn the KLR and then try to E her after. But I'm not really considering where Talon is, so I end up kind of trolling, and then my Teemo dies for it. It's kind of his fault too, but like blaming him doesn't really accomplish anything. So like this play went bad because I did not consider that Talon could E this wall and like fuck up the play we were going for. But I stay alive. Always prioritizing staying alive. I never, in any circumstance, want to die. My Zeri's bot lane, she just push out the wave, so I'm going to go mid to hold this wave. Even though all my camps are up, I'm always going to go to hold the mid wave first. I don't want this tower to take damage, and this is just free gold sitting there for me. And now, my team is getting back on the map, and I want to take a quick recall, but I don't really give a shit about my topside camps right now because the dragon's up. Although, I think here, we might just, yeah, we just lose the dragon. Should we have lost that? No, I think our tempo is just too bad. After getting caught mid, we're just down so much tempo as a team that I don't actually think we could have gotten this dragon. So giving this is fine. Like, we're super far ahead. Giving one dragon while we're up 3k gold is like 100% fine. Their bot lane gets caught out here. Easy pick on Xerath. I'm just here playing with my team. I do want to clear my camps, I do want to go to Herald, but by playing in the jungle I get access to marks, and I can protect my team and ensure that they don't like randomly die doing anything. Look a little bit on Talon here, but we don't really want to commit too hard. And now I'm basically just full clearing his jungle. He can't walk into this to contest me, so I'm just going to take all his camps. My team overextends a little bit here. I trade my ADC for Kayle, and then just dodge all the barrels, and GP can't kill me. And now, we've been on the map for a long time. I'm sitting on about 1300 gold. That's my finished collector. So right now, I want to kind of spam ping my team to play back, because I don't want them to stay on the map, and I actually want them to just recall and get tempo so that we can play topside. But they overstay a little bit here. They really want this tower. Zed wants the wave. So, in recognition of that, I'm watching them on the map to make sure that if they start fighting, I sprint to the fight. But instead of running straight to the Herald, I'm actually going to do Raptors, Wolves, and then go to the Herald. My Zed trolls, he just overstays. He shouldn't have done that. But as soon as they commit 3 to bot side on Vision, I'm just going to skip my Wolves and go straight to the Herald. Like, they have 3 people here, it's impossible for them to get here in time. We also have mid prio, so we're pretty safe to just do that. Now, I need to be mindful of my ADC getting caught on the mid wave. However, their pick potential is quite bad. They have basically 1 CC ability on their entire team. They have 2 CC abilities. It's Jhin W or Xerath E. If they don't land one of those on my Zeri, she's never gonna die. And they're both skill shots, and she is a move speed champion, so it's pretty impossible for them to hit her Loki. So I'm playing here for the red, but I'm being really careful because my Zed is dead and their entire team is off the map. So in theory, there could be 5 people coming top to defend this red. So I'm pulling the red buff back this way just to make sure I don't die. Then I go down here, do the same thing to the Raptors, just pulling them as far this way as I can just to stay alive and not like break my health bar. Now I'm shadowing my bot lane as they get prio, but we can't really siege into Xerath and Jhin, so there's no point in really doing anything else here. And now Atacon is spawning in 45 seconds, so my support and I base to get wards and like buy whatever small things we can. I think I only bought a crit cloak. And now we want to play for mid prio into Atacon. I'm not running straight there because we want the priority first. Always push the wave first. Mid prio, in any sequence of controlling the map that you execute, it's always going to start by getting mid priority. The only time where it's not going to start with mid priority is if you have to get side lane prio first because your bot lane is too weak to get prio in the 2v2 or 3v3. But obviously we're very strong here, and like we can kind of just force on them. This tower's low. I have Herald. I want to just burn the tier 2. Their bot lane kills themselves. So now we get a free tier 2 and tier 3. It's 20 minutes. Baron's not up for a full 5 minutes, so it is terrible to take the inhib here. Don't ever, unless you are far enough ahead that you feel confident you can pressure ending the game in the duration of the time you take the inhib, never take inhibs if it won't translate into like a Baron, Soul, or Elder. Because if we'd taken this inhib, we just give them 5 minutes of free farming mid waves, and Kayle is just gonna sit right here and just soak all the waves for 5 minutes while my Zed gets no far. So it's super bad to take inhibs when you can't turn it into Baron. But obviously taking the tier 3 is great, but the second we get the tier 3, the play becomes sprint to Atacon. Like, my bot lane's overstaying a little bit here. They're super, super slippery and the enemy team has no CC. So it's like fairly safe for them to be doing that, but this was a risk that they didn't necessarily need to take. But obviously we're just gonna jump down here, take the Atacon, and then Dragon's up. Now it is of note that we don't have mid prio anymore. So on this enemy wave that's right here, we do actually need to be a little careful about them pressuring our mid tower. So as I'm doing this, my team starts to move over. We finish the dragon. I didn't actually realize the Talon was on my like Raptors right here, but it doesn't really matter. His team is dying for it. Yeah, we kill both their bot laners again. And now, kind of the same thing. It's only been a minute. We don't really want to play for that inhib. What we really want to do is play for top tier 2. Talon is doing something really dumb here. He literally got out. Like, if we rewind, right here, he eased this wall. He's just out. Like, we can't actually chase this guy. Nobody's going to chase him. He can just run this way and recall and survive. But instead, he decides to go for my Gromp, which is super grief. He doesn't really accomplish anything by doing that. So, like, my team collapses on him. And I ended up just sprinting up this way because I know, obviously, he's just going to path straight this way towards this tier 2. So, Nautilus and I intercept him. Until Nautilus lands Q on the Talon, I'm just cutting up like this because my only goal is to cut off his escape path. So until he gets CC'd around here, I'm just walking up, but the second he is CC'd and I know he's guaranteed dead if I hit him, that's when I immediately cut in to finish off the kill. But if Nautilus hadn't landed the CC, I would have run straight up and like corralled him back this way. Maybe he can ult and run through me, but that's the best I can do. And now, my bot lane is resetting, but I want to keep as much pressure on the map as possible, so I'm just going to eat this mid wave. And right now, we're in kind of an awkward spot where we're super, super far ahead. We're up 4,000 gold. We're basically ahead in every role, except for top lane. And actually mid lane, so I guess it's just jungle bot. But there's no Baron to play for, so there's no like game-ending objective for us to do. So what we end up doing, or like in a game state like this, you want to clear your ally jungle camps and then play for the enemy jungle camps. Not necessarily in that order, but basically you want to get push in the lanes and then you want to use that push to take enemy jungle camps. So I'm taking my camps and then I'm synchronizing with my team to enter into the enemy bot side and contest the camps. We find 2 picks. We walk up here to pressure them in their base, proxy the waves, find bot tier 2. And now it's very hard for us to siege this comp on like inhib towers. So we're not really looking that aggressively here. We kind of just want to chill out, keep the waves pushed in to pressure them and prevent them from leaving the base, and just clear their jungle camps. Now, I'm probably sitting on, I'm sitting on Infinity Edge gold, so I just take this recall to buy Infinity Edge, and then I'm running straight back on the map to play for Baron. Always, once again, starting with mid prio, the first thing I do is run to mid to shadow my ADC while she pushes the wave. Like, I'm just hovering in this bush. If the enemy team tries to collapse on her, I'm here to protect her. We play for this vision, and now, like, what we want to do in this game state is we want to get mid prio, and then we want to walk into the top side and clear 100% of their vision so that they're forced to face check, and then we one-shot them when they face check. So that's kind of the name of the game right now. My Zed is split pushing bot, Jin shows on the wave, and they're not really walking into us right now, so we do start the Baron. They're like, they have zero control of this top side. So Baron is completely free. We have Soul Point coming up fairly soon. I don't know exactly how long because my minimap is too big to see the objective timers. But we know we want to play for the dragon. So once again, my ADC is not getting the mid wave, so I am getting the mid wave because we always want to get mid prio. Always. I walk the wave in a little bit to pressure it with Baron, and nobody can really contest me here. So I just force the inhib. Now I want to. So what we want to do now is we send only me to go to the dragon, and then the rest of my team continues to pressure. The danger here is that they need to play carefully because they're now numbers disadvantaged. So, I obviously want to spam ping them back a little bit as I go to the dragon. Excuse me. They do fuck up a little bit. Zeri finds Kayle. I'm still keeping pressure here, but I'm making very sure to not die. We end up finding this tower, but my Zeri overextends and dies. But obviously, once again, number one priority, always just me staying alive. I'm keeping the mid pressure up. I'm clearing camps. Like, no matter what I do, I'm always just making sure that I don't die. Run the bot, push the bot wave. And like, even though all my camps are up, I'm really just staying in the enemy side of the map and keeping their waves pushed in so that they can't walk out of their base. But we did kind of grief all of our tempo by dying here, so we kind of need to resynchronize and regain pressure. So, obviously, same thing every time. We start with mid prio. Even though we have the inhib and there's a super in this lane, we're always going to walk here and manually push it, just so that our wave can walk in as fast as possible. And now we find a little pick on them in their topside jungle. They can't do anything at this point. They haven't been able to do anything for a long time, but like it's really unplayable for them. So we just kill them all, and then we just end the game. And like all of this happened because Talon tried to kill me in my red. He fucked up his invade, and then I didn't quite manage to kill him a second time at his Krugs. If I hadn't done the crab, I actually might have made it in there in time to kill him. But it is what it is. Like killing him down here and then pressuring him off of his camp gave me like a 3 camp lead at like 3 or 4 minutes. No, it would have been about 430, 450 that I had that lead. But that's a huge lead. And then I just match him and prevent him from finding kills, and the game is over. If you enjoyed this video, check out this one to learn to path perfectly every game.